my name is Izzah, and you are. I'm with my teammate AMIRAH Afrina, and we're going to do an interview about women in engineering. So we have my sister here, for someone that have been in this field, in this engineering field for more than 3 years. So we are going to ask her to introduce yourself briefly.
Hi, my name is BINTI. I am 26 years old. A fresh graduate from UNITEN in electrical and electronic engineering. I just finished my degree in engineering, and then I also have experience in electronic engineering, whereby I did my diploma in engineering at College Kemahiran Tinggi Mara, Petali Zainal.
Okay. So today we're going to ask you about 12 interview questions, but we'll also add on some follow-up questions if we have. Are you ready?
Yep, sure.
Okay. For the first question, what encouraged you to apply for engineering after SPM?
Oh, wow.
What encouraged you?
To be honest, I don't like doing math. I don't like science subject. But then I was pushed by my dad to pursue engineering. So he applied. He applied for my diploma in engineering. How do I say that? What's the word?
But
He applied for me to enroll in College Kemahiran Tinggi Mara Petanda for engineering program.
To make it short, without her consent, I guess.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Okay, I understand. Okay. Okay. Next question.
Okay. I'm gonna say, okay. Engineering is still largely a man's role, with men outnumbering women by a considerable margin on university campuses, and even more so in the industrial workplace, according to you. Regarding this statement, do you think it is stereotype? Do you think it is stereotyping the engineering fields, or it really is a fact? Like, when they start to stereotyping gender in engineering field, do you think it's just a rumors, or actually it's a fact, which is stereotyping actually happens in engineering field?
Based on my experience, it's not stereotyping, it's a fact. Even in my UNICEF, most of them, those in engineering, most of them are guys. So I can say that they outnumbered us, women. So it's not, to me, it's not stereotyping. It's a fact.
Oh, that's really good. Okay. And then question number 3.
Okay. Next question. Is stereotyping the gender common in engineering field? Is stereotyping the gender, which is gender, is common in the engineering field?
If you're asking based on my working experience, yes. They always thought that women cannot do what men can do. So, in terms of working, yes, they are stereotyping. But in terms of education, no, it's a fact. If you go to class, there are a lot of boys compared to the girls. Say that if in one class have 60 students, I would say 40 or 50 of them are boys.
So it's a norm. You can say it's a norm, right?
Yeah.
It's a norm in the engineering classes to have 70% of the students are boys.
Yes, 70 to 80, I would say.
But when it comes to work, it is a stereotyping.
Yes. Stereotyping as in like women, they are not supposed to go to the side. It's more suitable for the guys, for the men to go outside because of the work that we're handling.
The surrounding of the workplace. Okay then. So question number 4 is, while you were studying in this field, were you treated differently by your professor or peers because you're a woman?
No. Not even one.
What about in your workplace during your internships? Were you treated differently? Like you mentioned just now, women are not supposed to go to a few outdoor sites.
Based on my experience, no, because I did my internship at another national university at TMB. TMB, they didn't allow their interns to do all the work. So I wouldn't say that they are, what was the question? Stereotyping?
Yes.
Is there
You're
any
treated
bias?
differently. Treated differently.
No.
Just because you're so. In conclusion, it is my sister Tina didn't treated differently by the professor or peers during in the studying field and during her internship day. So we're going to proceed with question number 5.
Okay, question number 5, which is, did any of your peers or professors ever make any stereotypical jokes or comments towards you because you're a woman?
Like for example, you're a woman, you're not supposed to go to the tower. Like you're not capable of doing that just because you're a woman. To them it's a joke, but for you, you think it's a offense. It's very offensive toward you because you think you're capable of doing that. But for them, it's a joke. Have you ever experienced
No,
that?
yet. No, everyone. I don't remember actually. I have short-term memory, so I don't remember all this. So, but from what I can remember, no.
Or but do you think women in this field will actually face this kind of situation?
Yes, of course. But to be honest, but if you are in engineering, you have to be strong. You have to be brave. You cannot be how do I say that?
Strong mentally, emotionally,
You
or
have to have the willing to try new things. Cannot lah macam takut lah
don't speak inwardly.
I cannot speak.
This is why let's proceed. This is what happened to engineering students.
This is kind of stereotyping.
This is the stereotyping to all the engineering students, not to only women. Okay. So according to our question, she had not experienced any stereotypical jokes, but for it could happen to other women in engineering field. Which question are we? Number 6. Do you know that according to New Straits Times, the statistic of women leaving the industry field is very high? What is your opinion about it? Okay. Do you know that according to the New Straits Times, the statistic of women leaving the industrial field is very high? What do you think about it?
Very tough question.
Yeah, really.
Women leaving industrial field.
No, not leaving.
Women are leaving the field.
Okay. I can only say this based on my internship experience because I never had any working experience yet. But from what I can see, I can only apply this for my internship experience in TNB. As what I can see, usually the reason it say that if you are engineering, you're how do I say that? I'm trying to work first. Okay. Say that if you are a woman and you are doing engineering, you are engineering and you are a woman, and then you have to face all these guys, these strong guys. They thought that they can do everything. So all this, how do I say? Alamak, semuanya saya nak cakap.
Very overwhelming.
Is it like women have to step up their comfort zone because they have to work with guys, and that is one of the causes why the women are leaving the industry.
I'll give an example. Like I'm working in TNB, right? I have internship experience in TNB. Mostly in TNB are guys. So work in TNB related with visit work, outdoor. So all these kind of things, women are not very comfortable, and all this kind of work, it requires you to work out of office hours. So women, especially those who are married, they cannot stay longer than that. So that is why some of them choose to leave the field. Some of them, like what I can see in TMD, some of them prefer to stay in work. Prefer to stay in office because they cannot commit being engineering. Being outside working with all these technicians, because all this outdoor work require you to require a whole lot commitment. Which is you need to be more. You need to be outside more than office hours.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to be on the site until 12 a.m. So this kind of thing, this is what the women cannot do. That's why some of them choose to instead of being engineer, they leave their how do I say they shift their work. Instead of being an engineer on site, I'll be maybe an advice by someone for the project, or maybe um, become a lecturer.
So, is this some kind of like stereotyping to a woman? Because you said that women are expected to not work than the working hours because they're not comfortable with it. Is it a stereotyping to a woman, or is it just really a fact when you're working in engineering field? It is a
Uh,
fact.
it is a fact, because especially if you are engineer and you are working in TMB, you are expected to be available all the time. So you have to be, because you are dealing with current, you are dealing with supplying electricity, you are distributing the electric to the residence area, to the industry area. So say that if any shutdown occurs, all these engineers are need to be on standby mode. They must be available 24 hours. So
Oh.
how, what's the question again? Is it stereotype or is it a
Uh,
fact?
but some people really mistaken as like just because it's engineering, it doesn't have to be all men. And some people don't really understand how engineering field, which is actually when now the actual stereotyping that happened to engineering field is because they don't understand how the work itself um happened, because like they don't even know that women are required to work more than working hours, but actually it's a fact. But some of the people mistaken it as a stereotype, so we need your clarifications. Is that a stereotype to a woman, or is it a fact?
A fact.
Then it's a fact. It's a fact. Okay,
Okay.
going
But
to
I'm talking this only based on my internship experience, and also considering electrical engineering field. I
alright.
don't know for other engineering field like civil, mechanical. I don't know. Maybe in mechanical engineering there are stereotyping that occurs for the women. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Next question.
Okay, next question. You went to various project sites and most of the time you stayed outdoors during your internship days. How did you endure it? Do you think women are capable of doing it or capable to do much better than men?
Oh, again, the question is that
The question is, you went to various project site and most of the time you stay outdoors during your internship days. How did you endure it? Do you think women are capable of doing it or doing it better than men?
okay. How do I endure it? You don't have any choice, because you are learning, and then the only way for you to learn, you have to go to the site, you have to see all these technicians do all the work. So how do I endure it? For me, if you ask me personally, I love going to the site. I love visiting all the sites instead of staying in the office where you don't have anything to do.
Mm,
Um, Sometimes I would ask them, is there anywhere we can go today? Is there any site visit? That's how I handle. What's the question again? How
how did you endure the,
outdoor, because I love being outdoor. So,
so she can endure it very well.
and then the second one is
No, it's or
okay.
Izzah, can you shift the camera to your sister a bit?
okay, sorry.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
sorry. Okay, then question number 8 is, female engineers may be paid less, but they would also not be required to undertake tasks that are physically demanding. A mechanical engineering postgraduate from UTT said, do you think that women should be paid less and follow the order of not undertake tasks that are physically demanding?
Okay, this is stereotype. I don't like this. Um, why should we women have to pay less just because we cannot contribute much? We are still an engineering graduate. We are engineer. What makes us different from the guys, from the boys that did all the work? So if you're asking me, all the work, yes, it's for the tools and the equipment. It's very heavy for a woman to handle. It's quite hard actually. But to make them to make us women to pay less for something that is just something that we cannot do, it's unfair.
Mm.
So I
True,
don't
true.
agree with that.
So does it happen during your internship days where you were required not to undertake a few tasks just because it's physical demanding, or you did not face this kind of situation?
Um, we have been briefed by the engineers there during my internship. We have been briefed by the engineer one of the engineers, he mentioned that all the interns are not allowed to perform any work on site because you are dealing with high voltage current. So it's very risky if you don't wear a proper PPE, you don't wear any proper safety tools. So it's already been reminded by the engineers that we, our interns, are not allowed to perform any kind of work. We only can see what kind of work they are performing, what's the step. So the tools they are using itself is very heavy. I had my experience using one of the uh, cable cutter, underground cable cutter. It's very heavy. To me, it's very heavy. So I understand why they didn't allow us to do all this work. Because first, the equipment itself is very heavy, and then secondly, because we are dealing with high voltage current, we are talking about not 1 volt, not 2 volt, 1,000 kilovolt. We are dealing with that. So once you wrongly cut the wrong cable, then that's it. So that's my answer.
So there are some tasks that are actually physical demanding that women or young women that cannot do because the weight,
Risky.
the weight.
Yes,
is very
because
risky.
it's physically cannot do.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
It's true.
Yes.
It's true.
Because if it's in CMB, all this work are done by technicians. None of them are done by engineers. Engineers are only need to be there to monitor. They will tell the engineers, okay, which cable you have to cut, which cable that will be related to another pesawang, what do you call
Tower.
substation tower. So engineers will tell all these technicians what work they need to perform. So TNB firstly TNB already set the requirement to apply to be a technician under TNB. Firstly, you must be a man. You must be a man. Be a man. Is it the word man?
A man,
right?
Oh, the
So
first requirement is for a
the first
technician.
requirement to be a technician, you must be a man. But
So-
it depends on which which department you are being placed. There are also a technician, woman technician.
Oh.
She only needs to do a monitoring to a new substation, whereby she don't have to deal with heavy tools, but she will be dealing with developers. Because all these developers will be requesting for a new supply from TMB. So in terms for them to get the supply from TMB, the developer needs to get an approval. So to get this approval, the woman technician will be visiting
the site.
the new substation, checking everything. If all these meet all requirement by TMB, how do I say this?
So there are women, if there are technicians.
If they're technician women, they won't be dealing with all these heavy tools. No, more of them are going to site visit, I would say.
Which is the workload for the technicians, women technician is lighter than the men
Man
technician
technician.
workload. So actually, uh, it's kind of a fact because it's not a stereotyping because the NB is somehow being very reasonable because some tasks are very physical demanding. But however, for women would like to apply for technicians, you will be in charge for developer methods. Am I right?
You will be dealing with simpler tasks compared to
Okay.
another task.
Question number 9.
Is it true that women engineers tend to not to prefer jobs that are too technical? So when they enter the workforce after graduation, they end up with jobs that are semi-technical like sales or marketing or maybe office work.
Okay. It depends on that person actually. I have friends who don't really into all this technical stuff. she had an internship experience also with MD, but throughout the 3 months, throughout the internship, she don't know what's going on. She don't know what she learned, and then what's the question you asked? I just have this kind of problem. I think you forget what the question.
Is it true that women engineers tend to not prefer jobs that are too technical?
If you ask me personally, I love technical. I love doing technical stuff. I love I love hands-on work, and I love to learn new technical stuff. Compared to it depends on someone. It depends on someone. So like what I say before, this is my friend. She's not a technical person. She don't know how to fix stuff. If you say that if um her experience with TNB, she don't know what really happened to her internship. She don't learn, she don't understand, such as like if you went to internship with TNB, you should know the cable rating, the cable size, what equipment they'll be using, what method to test. As for my friend, since she don't like technical stuff, she don't know all this. She basically don't know what happened throughout her internship.
Oh wow.
Okay. So if you are asking me about the sales semi-technical, it depends on current market actually. Currently, engineering related with sales engineer. You will find, if you Google it, you will find mostly sales engineer. It's so hard to find uh, engineer uh, engineer that you are fully engineer.
Okay. Question number 10. During your study days, did you work in a group of men most of the time?
Yeah,
Why?
because mostly
What is the name of the man?
because more, like what I said earlier, like what you asked me earlier, most engineering students are men. So if you want it or not, you will have mostly men in your group. And then if you ask me, I would say I love dealing with men. It's easier.
Oh, okay.
No much hassle, no drama. It's easier.
Okay. Question number 11.
Okay. Do you think it is very necessary for everyone to understand that engineering is still a largely a man's role, or you would like to change their perception?
Hmm.
I mean, like,
Tough question, that one.
for example, if someone's say to you that you know that engineering most of the like for someone, for example, someone suddenly said to you that you think you can work in engineering because you're a woman. Do you know that engineering is actually a man's world? Do you think you're capable of doing it?
Who said that?
You actually want to change the perceptions based on your response.
Uh,
Do you want to change the
of
perceptions?
course,
Or will you
but,
just
but
agree like, yeah, it's still a man's world?
no,
Ah,
there's still women actually. There's still women. Okay, it's just that you don't get to see all these women engineer women on site, like what I say. All these engineer women, once they got married, they decided to stay in office. So actually, to say that engineering is monopoly mostly it's a majority of engineering is men. I would, of course, you ask me, of course, I would like to change their perception. It's actually both.
I think actually that some people really stereotype engineering field, which is when once you work in engineering field, they think that most of the engineers will stay outdoor most of the time until Tina said that most of the time for women in engineering, they will stay inside. Depends on their situation. It's either they are married, and some women really prefer to stay outdoors sometimes as for engineers. I think their stereotype engineering peak like that because not everyone knows that engineers have to stay inside. Am I right?
Yes, that's one of the problem because some company they didn't allow. Only that one company they have women engineer, but they won't allow. these people, they won't allow us women because of they prefer that the guy, the man will be the one that doing all the outdoor, all the side activities. Because based on my experience, most of my friends, I don't see so far, I don't see any friend of mine who is a woman and also engineer are working on site. Most of them are staying inside. Most of them are working in the office. So I can say that it it is on the company. It is on the company. Sometimes it depends on the company. The company decides whether they want women or a man to be on the site.
I wish that people will stop stereotyping gender in engineering field.
Yes. I really wish that people would stop stereotyping women, stereotyping gender in engineering. Um, if you're asking me, actually, I don't have any experience being stereotyping, being underestimate. No, I don't have any kind of that experience. I don't know for my friends, for other friends. I don't know if they have been, if they face all this kind of situation. But if there is this kind of situation, being stereotyping, being underestimate just because you're a woman, of course, um, I would like to. How was the question? How? Of course, I
Do
would
you
like
wish to
to
stop?
stop this kind of stereotyping. It makes no difference. Woman and a man, is nothing different. We are one. We are doing the same work. You don't have to be stereotyping just because you are a man. You have to underestimate us women. Not everything. We might not be able to do what you. We might not be able to do everything all these men can do, but we can do also. This right? Something like that lah.
Yeah, understood.
Okay, I think
Okay.
that's all. Thank you.
That's all. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Okay, have a nice day.
Bye.